Okay guys, today I'm going to do Ariana Grande's astrology chart, but first I want to say if you guys want your natal chart to be read by me, go to the description below and all the information is there and I'll be happy to do your astrology chart. Okay, let's get started. Now, Ariana Grande has a very interesting natal chart, okay? And the first thing that comes to my mind is why her last name is Grande, meaning big, okay? There's a lot going on in this chart that signifies the amount of talent that she has as a mockingbird to be able to mimic other people's voices and do the impersonations that she does, okay? Now, I usually start off by recognizing the ascendant, where she has an ascendant 20 degrees on Capricorn, and right smack on her ascendant, she's got Uranus conjunct her rising sign. And she also has Neptune conjunct her rising sign. So Neptune and Uranus are both conjunct on her rising sign, which happens to be Capricorn. Okay? Now, Uranus is the planet of shock, of excitement, of the unexpected, and of genius, right? Because it rules Aquarius. And Neptune is the planet of creativity. Okay? It rules Pisces. Now, when you combine these two, you get a very creative genius, okay? And right on the ascendant symbolizes who you are, your personality, okay? Yourself, your ego, your body. So she is pretty much a genius in terms of, how she voices her vocals, okay, to mimic other people. And, people say, imitating other people is not talent. Yes, it is. Not everybody could imitate other people. Mimicking, being a mockingbird is is a very big talent, let me tell you. And she could do it very well. Okay, she could hear specifically, how the person sounds, and she could just pick it up and vibrate that sound. That's incredible. So she has those two right there, and that just speaks volumes. Okay, that just pretty much overwrites her whole entire chart of who she really is. Okay, that genius that shocks people with her creativeness in music. And, Neptune rules music, and so does Capricorn. Capricorn is the constellation of music, all right? Now, I want to take it down to 20 degrees in Taurus, okay, right here, where Venus is at. And it actually trines. It actually trines her ascendant right here. And Venus is kind of like in between her 4th house and her 5th house, right? And the 5th house has to do with creativity itself, okay? With children, with romance, with, creative projects. The 4th house has to do with the home and the comfort zone. So she's very much comfortable in how she mimics, okay, singing and her impersonation. She's very comfortable doing it. She doesn't force it. It's very easily done. And it's also in her 5th house, so it really does stem from the inside. So Venus, 20 degrees conjunct to her Neptune and sorry, I was going to say Pluto, Uranus conjunct in her ascendant. So, it just makes her so beautifully well done, crafted the way she does her voice. Here's another indication of how well she has her voice, that this is like semi-sextiling her Mercury 27 degrees in her 7th house of other people, of how she relates to other people. Mercury is the communicator, the brilliant communicator, the brilliant magician. And it's semi-sextiling 27 degrees her Venus, okay, 20 degrees Venus. So it gives her like a little spunk when she communicates with people, that she's very likable. People actually like her, Now, interesting enough, she's got the moon 6 degrees in Libra, which is also a musical sign. It has to do with balance and harmony and, the beauty of music, of lounging and enjoying life. It's conjunct to her Jupiter, okay? And that says a lot, Jupiter amplifies anything that he's next to, and the moon intensifies anything that she's next to. So she's pretty much a person that exhibits her emotions very bigly. Okay, I don't know if that's a word, bigly or big, grande, like huge. She's very much able to channel whatever she's feeling in a very big way. Okay. Now, Ariana Grande is a very sexual girl. Okay, she's got Mars 2 degrees in the 8th house in Virgo. And Virgo, yes, Virgo is a very sassy sign. Okay, they could be promiscuous. Okay, Virgo could be very promiscuous. And I know that Virgo's a sign of the Virgin, and the Virgin has to constantly be perfecting herself and working on herself. Because the Virgos are actually born promiscuous. Okay, so she's got here in the 8th house, she's got the 8th house of sex. She's got Mars, which rules sex. So Ariana Grande is always, expressing her sexuality in her music videos and her dancing and everything very openly. Okay. Now, Ariana Grande has Pluto 23 degrees in Scorpio right here. And it's in her 11th house of social networks, and that's where she wants to control the most. She wants to be the one in control of social networks. She wants to be popular there. It's very important for her to be. And it's kind of like semi-trining, if I'm correct, yeah? Semi-trining 27 degrees Mercury. So the way she communicates out there in the world in the 11th house of inspiration, of society, of friends, it's in harmony with Pluto, okay? Her intensity is channeled very well and very balanced, okay? That's why she comes as like a sweet girl. She's got Mercury in Cancer, so when she talks, like, yeah, this, like, that, she talks very sweet. She also's got the sun in the 6th house, meaning that she's got good health. However, it is squaring the moon, so she's got like difficulty happenings with her parents. Okay, with her parents. Jupiter also symbolizes the parent too, so it could mean that she's always wanted like an emotional connection with her parents, and maybe they were distant. Since this is the 9th house, has to be with 9th house rules long distances. So maybe she felt kind of alienated, okay, and maybe she didn't feel like she was wanted by family or something, okay. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was that Taurus rules the throat, okay. Venus is in Taurus 20 degrees, which is trining, okay, her Neptune and her Uranus, okay. So it's giving her a very, very big voice, okay. Now, her life path, her north node is 11 degrees in Sagittarius, and it's sort of like in between the 11th house and in between the 12th house, okay? So Ariana's heading towards being very popular, extremely popular. Well, she's already popular, but like a legacy, and she's also gearing towards the occult, the 12th house. So notice all her occult videos. Well, every single pop video nowadays has occult behind it, but she's pretty comfortable displaying the occult matters in all her videos. Okay. Now, the man that's beneficial for Ariana Grande is actually in the 9th house. It's Jupiter. Her Jupiter, he could be Libra or Sagittarius, or the merging of these two signs, the characteristics of a person that will give you freedom and is very just, okay? His actions are very just. He's a very fair person. Now, the bad boy, this is interesting. The bad boy is in the 8th house, okay, which is ruled by Scorpio. Isn't Pete a Scorpio, the one that she's currently engaged to? And also it's Virgo, so it's kind of like these two signs are the ones that will display the characteristics that she should avoid of the bad boy, okay, of Mars. So I don't know if that's going to work out, but it is. Maybe Pete has some sort of astrological alignments in his chart that, actually don't conflict with her. I would have to see that and maybe do a compatibility chart between them. So yeah, she should avoid these right here, and she should go for these. Now, her Saturn's in the 2nd house, okay? Saturn's in the 2nd house, and she has to work really hard during her whole life to build her wealth And sometimes Saturn in the second house is actually real good. I've experienced Saturn transiting my second house, and you make the most money when you have Saturn second house. So she's very comfortable with money, but it's her values that she's got to put in place. Because not only Saturn means in the second house money, but you got to set straight your boundaries and your values in the second house. Okay? And plus, it's actually opposing her Mars. So, she wants to be sexual. She wants to express herself, but at the same time, she kind of wants to hold back and tend to her values and be a little bit more moralistic and more preserved, okay? Because second house is ruled by Taurus, and Taurus likes stability. They don't like hanging around too much. So maybe that's something that plagues her, all right? So this has been the reading for Ariana Grande. If you guys want a reading, go to the description below, and I'll be happy to give you your natal chart. Namaste.
Hey guys, check out my music channel where I write my own music, sing and play piano. Make sure to subscribe.